This is a 15-minute, it's static, but we're gonna do a lot of micro adjustments inside it. So let's jump on it. Find yourself at the front of your mat in a mountain pose. Hands come to the center of your chest. Push the heels of your hands together as much as you can. Really feel like you're gonna pop them off. If you have wrist pain, be careful, don't do it too hard. But otherwise, imagine you can actually bring your elbows together without doing this. Find a nice strong, squeeze your toes, squeeze your calves, squeeze your hamstrings, your thighs, your glutes. Brace your core as if you're about to get socked in the stomach. Squeeze your chest. You can almost see me shaking. Not almost, you can definitely see me shaking. Squeeze your biceps. Squeeze your forearms. Squeeze your triceps. Squeeze your back. Squeeze your traps. And heck, let's squeeze our eyes. And let it go. On the inhale, hands go above your head. Fold through center. Take a little bend in your knees if you're tight, if you're extra flexy, or this is not your first round of a workout today. You can go straight, bob from one side to the other. I'm very partial to this one. It's something called nerve flossing. And it really, it really does feel like flossing out your nerves. So just as you walk it out, lift up the heels of your hands. Maybe you keep them down. You just drop your head, push your knees back one at a time for another 3, 2, 1. Find a flat back. Pull your navel in. Brace your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. Look forward. Hands to the ground. Jump back into plank. Rock forward and back. Warm up the wrists a little bit. Find a stable plank. Push through the back of your shoulders. Protract your back. Come up high onto the balls of your feet. Maybe you just come up onto the big toes. Make it a little fun. Okay. And take a chaturanga. Nice and slow. And when you get to your up dog, untuck your feet. Just hold the up dog. Don't crank on it yet, it's very early. But stretch out the abdominals is really what we're doing here. So drag the feet without moving them. Feel the abs stretch. If this is crunchy in your lower back, please stop. But if not, you should feel a lengthening of the abdominals, and believe it or not, a lengthening of the lower back. Just hold here, push through the triceps, spin the biceps forward. You might not get a huge bicep pump, as they say, I suppose, but it feels lovely to use them. Extend out. Push your chest up for 3, 2, 1. Gently find your downward facing dog. Push through the abs. Use them. Pedal it out a little bit. Bring your feet together. On your inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Keep your hips squared for now. So what does that mean? Keep your chest down. Try to keep your eyes of your elbows looking at each other. Imagine your armpits point down. Lift your right knee up, but don't let it go out like that. You want to keep them square so your hips are down, chest is down. Straighten your right leg and step forward slowly. Just bring it forward, your knee between your elbows. Flex your right foot, step it forward. And find your warrior one. So, warrior one, Traditionally, people like their heel to heel. I would say go hips distance. I have very tight hip flexors personally. If you don't, go heel to heel. It feels lovely. But sink down, and we want this front leg parallel. Sink down deep. You want the blade edge of your foot in the back, trying to touch the mat. Have the left foot at an angle, and you should feel a stretch in your left side hip flexor. And the weight should be in the front heel of your right foot. Hands above your head. And sink down. Sink down a little more. Sink down a little more. Don't bend your back. Just sink your hips. Sink your hips. Sink. Sink. Good. If there's pain, back off. But if it's just a stretching sensation, that's what we want. Sink. Look up as you sink a little more. Touch your hands and find your vinyasa. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Feel the same stretch, but we're going right into the downward dog. Simple, right? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on you. On inhale, lift your left leg. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Keep everything square. So, eyes of the elbows. If you want, you can have them a little more forward looking as you spin your biceps forward. Open up the shoulder blades. Spread them across your back. Push your right heel down. And lift your left knee as high as you can. A little higher. Keep the hips square down to the floor. A little higher on the left knee. A little lower on the right heel. And straighten the left leg. Square the hips entirely. And on the exhale, bring it forward nice and slow. Elbow comes between the hands, or at least tries to. Flex your left foot, step it forward as best you can, and find your warrior one. Again, either hips distance or heel to heel. Exhale and rise up. And again, here we're gonna stretch. We're gonna make sure that you lengthen. Because the whole point of this is get a beautiful stretch right here. Maybe a little bit of a stretch here. Your hands go up and you sink down into the weight of your left heel and the blade edge of your right foot. Sink down. Can you sink down a little more? If you can't, hold it. Sink down a little more if you can. And if you feel like you can't, which is great, sometimes can't is a good thing. It means you know your boundary. So come up out of it a little bit. Don't extend your left knee. Just rise up a little with the hips, the pelvis. And take a deep breath in and exhale. And you'd be surprised. Sometimes that it just unlocks the mind, unlocks the body. You go a little deeper. Go a little deeper. A little deeper. Gaze up. So you touch your hands. Exhale. Find your vinyasa. Gently down into chaturanga, but strong. Press through the tops of your feet. Stretch out your abdominals. Gaze forward for the most part. Don't worry too much about the looking up, and press back into your downward dog. So we're going to flow through that little sequence, and we're just going to hold warrior two. I know, surprising. So get ready. On your inhale, lift your right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, keep everything square. Exhale. Bring the knee forward. Flex the right foot, step it forward as best you can. Find your warrior one, whatever works for you. Now, maybe you do remember how far it was, but sink as low as you can. And heel toe the right foot over just a little bit. And find your warrior two. So warrior one, you've got your hips that way. Warrior two, you've got your hips this way. So you get even more of a stretch. And that was the whole point of me trying to encourage you to open up. So warrior two, same thing. Straight spine, straight arms. You can look either way. Doesn't matter to me. Whatever is comfortable. If you want to look that way, go for it. Pull your front heel back. Pull your mid foot on your left foot forward and sink down. When I say sink, I mean drop the pelvis. So watch. You sink. You might have to slide the foot back, but at the same time you're pulling it in like this. Might not go anywhere. Sink deeper. 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 Push through the outer edge of your left foot. 3, 2, 1. Windmill. Find your chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Exhale. Left side. Inhale. Lift your left leg. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Exhale. Bring the left knee forward. Step between your hands. Find your warrior one. Try to conjure wherever you felt most deep. Last time, exhale, scoot your left heel over. Maybe you have to adjust your back heel. And extend. Open the collarbones, as in drop the shoulder blades, roll the arms upward. So spin the biceps up a little bit. Reach out through the fingers, drop the pelvis. And same thing, the weight is in left heel, and the weight is in the back edge of your right foot. You're pulling the feet together while dropping the pelvis. Go as low as you can. If you think you can go lower, do. If not, do the little trick. Back off. Rise up the pelvis a little bit. Don't extend out. Deep breath in, hold it at the top, and drop with the breath. You can go very deep. Just messing with the breath. Messing in a good way. Squeeze your glutes for 3, 2, 1. Windmill your hands out. Find your chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. And we're almost done. So we're just going to do that sequence. No new parts on both sides. Ready? Lift your right leg up on the inhale. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Exhale. Find your step through. Warrior one. Sink as low as you can immediately. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find your warrior two. On the right side. Sink deeper, 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 and out into your vinyasa. Take a deep breath in as you find your up dog. Exhale, downward dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, keep everything square. Exhale, left knee between the arms, step forward. Find your warrior one. And remember, go straight to the deep. You've been in the pool. You know where you can go. Deeper, gaze up. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe, sink, exhale. Find your vinyasa. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and lower your knees to the ground. Breathe out, touch them. Find your Vajrasana. Massage out the legs. They are the superstars of today. Well, at least they're part of it. Ultimately, it's you that did it. So hopefully you found something useful. Either way, thanks for making time. See you later. Have a beautiful day.